Hello everyone, good afternoon. Mayantara is a live virtual festival that serves as a platform for actors related to the creative industry sector, especially design. Mayantara JAK.ID 2021 is a special collaborative event hosted by Mayantara and HDII Jakarta, with an angle of interior and spatial design as a gateway to rich public experience, as well as to celebrate Jakarta's 494th anniversary. So this virtual event will be held on 16 until 18 June 2021 as a preliminary event towards Mayantara 2021 that will be held in August 2021. And hello again, my name is William Kapati and I will be your moderator for this session. So today at this session, we will talk about safe hospital design in modern healthcare. Healthcare facility designers must also adjust to these demands with the spaces they create and the products they specify. Going forward, both building design and maintenance will have an even greater focus on safeguarding against infection and contamination. This includes a stronger emphasis on cleaning and disinfecting surfaces, improved ventilation, and designs that accommodate social distancing requirements. So in this session, I will share the stage with three distinguished persons. The first one is Mr. Jian Yang. Mr. Yang will be our first speaker. Mr. Yang will be our speaker.
Hello, everybody. Hello, I'm
Yes,
Jian Yang.
hello. Yeah, how are you, Mr. Yang?
Yeah, it's fine. It's good. It's an honor for me to join this design week.
Okay. Mr. Yang will share the importance of safety when it comes to healthcare interior and spatial design. So for those who wants to know better and further about Mr. Yang, here's a short listed bio about Mr. Yang. From this bio, wow, you are quite expertise, yeah, in this field. But okay, Mr. Jian Yang from 2012 and 2015, he works for Nickel Partner Architect in Berlin as a project architect. So from 2015 to 2018 as a project manager. From 2018 and 2020 as a vice manager. And from 2020-21 up until now, Mr. Jian Yang as a general manager. Okay, and then he's about project acquisition experiences. So many lists. I will read maybe the latest one, such as Xi'an International Rehabilitation Medical Center, Xi'an International Medical Center Interior, Shenzhen's Number 2, Children's Hospital, Xiangdou Huanghai Pharmaceutical Research Office Tower, Evergreen International Hospital, and so many. Wow. And then about Mr. Jian Yang education, 2005 up to 2017, South China University of Technology, major in architecture, and then 2008 and up to 2011, Technical University of Berlin, Bachelor in Architecture, and 2011 to 2013, Technical University of Berlin, Master Architecture for Health. Wow. And then awards, yes, of course, so many awards that has been achieved. 2020, the Open Most Promising Young Designer in Europe. Wow. 2013, Vertical Farming Design Competition, first place. 2015, V-Space New Generation Architect Design Competition. 2018, Young Leader of Chinese Medical Architecture Design. In the latest one, 2020, the 4th China Hospital Construction Ingenuity Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Yang. Wow.
Thank you.
Okay, and then secondly, we will have Bu Farida Al-Idris. Bu Farida is my mentor my senior. So Bu Farida will be our distinguished panelist. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bu Farida. Bu Farida, apa kabar?
Baik, baik. Apa kabar, William? Sehat ya?
Sehat. How are you?
Baik, baik. Alhamdulillah. Baik.
Okay, so Bu Farida will also discuss and share some of her breakthrough ideas about the topic as well. So here's a short list here about Bu Farida bio. So about education, Academy of Art College, San Francisco, California, major in interior design, graduated in '84, and then University of Kansas, Lawrence, Kansas, major in interior design, '80 to '82. So now in her company, in PT InDesign, Interspace Estetica, as a, of course, interior designer. And then, yes, Bu Farida also quite pretty active in organization, especially in HDII. She's a regular member and also as an assembly council in HDII. Bu Farida current activities is such as a keynote speaker in many conferences and TV shows from 2000 up until now, and for jury for many design competitions, and also as a visiting guest lecturer in many university from 2003 and up until now. And for the projects, so wide the range of the project: residential, institutional, commercial and office, retail, hospitality, and of course, healthcare. So here's a short listed about the projects from 2019 and up until now, 2021, Kantor LPJK, Airport, Labuan Bajo, Law and Firm, BNP, private hospital, residence at Pejaten, private residence at BSD, Rumah Tinggal Bintaro, and so on. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bu Farida Al-Idrus. Okay, last but not least, we will have our last distinguished speaker, Bu Carol Sylvia. Bu Carol is the country manager of Interface. Where is Bu Carol? Bu Carol, hello.
Yes, hello.
Hey, how are you, Bu? Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Yes. How are you, Bu? Good?
I'm very good, thank you.
Okay. So Bu Carol will share about the Nora rubber flooring, and here's a short listed and highlight about the Interface. So Interface, established in 1973. Wow, it's quite senior, I think. Interface is a worldwide leader in design, production, and sale of environmentally responsible flooring. Over the years, Interface has expanded its range from modular carpets to luxury vinyl tiles and rubber flooring. In Indonesia, Interface has supplied to many prestigious projects like Unilever, Commonwealth Bank, Daimler, Mercedes-Benz, Bank of America, and many more. As a specialist in the healthcare segment, Nora by Interface offers the ideal flooring to meet the high requirements of the different healthcare facilities. Healthcare flooring needs to meet hygiene, medical, and of course safety standard, as well as adapting to aesthetic demand. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bu Carol. And of course, last but not least, I would like to introduce Ibu Rina Renfield on behalf of HDII Jakarta. Halo Bu Rina.
Halo, good morning. Good morning. Selamat siang.
Selamat siang. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Okay. I was thinking, and I'm so sure about this topic that we are about to discuss later on. It's quite challenging, and yet so it's so motivating because it has close encounter with current situation, the pandemic, isn't it? Yeah, maybe Mr. Yang, you could share some of your ideas about this regarding to this topic. And then later on,
yes.
we will have from Bu Farida as well, and then Bu Carol, and then last but not least, Bu Rina. Yes, Mr. Yang, please.
You mean in this, actually in this situation now is very special for us for the medical or the hospital design, because I think now it's a huge challenge for everybody here.
Yeah, sure.
To how to design a hospital in a right way for us.
Okay, how about you, Bu Farida? About this topic?
It's very challenging right now. All the designers would like to be part of this challenging adaptation towards protocolar safety requirements. So what I'm glad that HDII is contributing this kind of show, because it's very knowledgeable, and I think we will learn a lot from this program.
Yes, we will, of course. And how about you, Bu Carol?
Yeah, well, I think it's also very interesting if we see like a few years ago how hospital is, and then compare it to now, like today's hospital. It is, I think we can see that a lot actually has changed, not only design-wise, but also the I think the whole protocols and everything, basically everything's changing with the world, and so is healthcare, I would say.
Yes, of course. And Bu Rina, what do you think?
Okay, first of all, I want to say thank you first, William, to everybody here.
Yes,
I'm very happy. I'm very happy on behalf of HDII Jakarta, Interior Design Association from Jakarta. I would like to say thank you to Ibu Carol from Interface, such a good program today, and special guest from Mr. Jian Yang, very expert that we all want to hear from you. And thank you for the time also, Ibu Farida, to joining as a panelist here. Of course, we're very excited to hear very great, very good discussion today. So as Mr. Jian Yang say, that healthcare issue is very important now, especially after pandemic. So we are really wants to have really wants to listen to the presentation and all the explanation from you. And this is very challenging. And of course, I promise, like we promise, we're gonna have after session after this, right? Because a very short time today, I think, but we promise we're gonna have more and more about the healthcare issue. So that's all from me, William. I think silakan berwebinar. I hope you are very good discussion today. Good luck.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Keep the rest of the information for our discussion later on. So here's the stages. The first one will be Mr. Yang's session, and then Bu Farida will join the discussion afterwards. We will have our first Q&A session with the audience, and then the following session. Then we will have the last Q&A session, and for the closing session, we will have a witty photo session. So without further ado, the stage is yours, Mr. Yang, please.
Okay, so thank you. So let me see. I will share my screen for the presentation. So can everybody see the cover? Safe hospital design in modern healthcare?
In my desktop, not yet.
Not yet?
Yes, not yet.
Not yet. A moment. Okay, let's see. Maybe no. Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah, the safe hospital design in modern healthcare.
Yes, please.
Yes, okay. Let's begin. Sorry for that, because I know today I have a little bit of technical issue here. Yeah, so, okay. So I will be very shortly, first of all, thank you very much. It's an honor for us to join this design week and the design festivals. And I will give a very short introduction about who is Nika and Partner. We are an architect office. We are from Germany, and we are doing the healthcare design. I mean, for the hospitals, also for the research buildings, and we are expert for that. We built already hundreds of hospitals in Europe, also in China. And we just opened our office like 4 years before in Jakarta. We also had the chance to do several projects in Indonesia. And of course, for the COVID-19, it's really a challenge for everybody there. I mean, especially for the hospital designers. It's a huge challenge in Europe, in Germany, especially for two hospitals from us, the biggest hospital in Europe, the University Hospital of Frankfurt, which we designed it. They had the most patient was there, and also for the hospital in Hamburg. This is in North Germany. The most patient also will be staying in that hospital. And during our design, everything works very well. And in the same time, we also designed in China for the CDC, the Center of Disease Control Center, to have the research for this virus. And also, we was already did a research like 10 years for the hospitals. How could we to send the hospital? I mean, we could move the whole hospital to the patients where they need. So actually, from my presentation, I want to speak maybe from the current states to show what is the challenge now, actually. I mean, it's the hospital really has a long story, and but until now, when we design hospital, it doesn't matter it's an architect or the interior designer, the efficiency normally is the most important thing for hospitals. It's right. If we go back, I mean, to the first hospital in 19th century, it's the first hospital in Charité in Paris. It's in church. There they give the chance for the patient to get care, take care here. And until now, if you see, actually we put the history from the healthcare development with the hospital development together. People can see, because the technology development for the treatment, the hospital develop themselves too. But the hospital is changed itself more and more like a machine because of efficiency. Like here is a picture about the cats. It showed the development for the treatment. I mean, for the 1901 until 2003, yeah, from the first X-ray to the MRE, it's the big change. But for the hospital themselves, it's like a machine themselves. Maybe there's something, I'm not sure is that wrong or right. But like until now, and from 2000, now we have the new world. We have the new challenge here, like the smart hospital, like the digital technology, how to use in the hospital, like the health apps. I know in Indonesia, you also have like a Halodoc or the same apps here. You can get a doctor or you can get a treatment easily. Also like the gene technology, it changes the hospital too. So actually, if we go back, we don't talk about the hospital anymore. We talk only about the efficiency. We take a look at another industry, for example, the auto industry. In the right picture, in the left picture, you see it's the first production line from Ford. And now the Tesla production line, you can see there's only robots here. It's 100% efficiency for the production line. So if we think about, okay, for the hospital, we can do that too. We can do the same. Like the left side is the hospital now. It's an old hospital in Europe. in USA, in Europe, even here in China. I also visited the hospital in Jakarta. You can still find the hospital like this. You have a very dark corridor, then you have the doctors in each rooms. If we think about, okay, now in the future, it's the production line. Yeah, if the robot put the patient there, then the patient will get treatment, diagnostic, then it will be good. So then is the question is, if we do only that 100% for the efficiency, then maybe we treat the patient like a product. So I think nobody here will be agree about this point, and me too. So we think the efficiency is not the most important thing for the hospitals. We need something else. Actually, as an interior designer, we need to design the space for the hospital with it could be heal the patient. So we name it the healing architecture or the healing space. I think that's what we should do. So here I will share a video about one project what we did in Vienna, which gets the World Architecture Festival Prize. This is 100% with the healing architecture design. So I will show it. It's like 2 minutes videos.
Please.
Einige Gedanken zu unserem KfJ.
I hope you can hear the source.
Das war eine Stiftung vom Kaiser an die Wiener Bevölkerung für die Gesundheitsversorgung.
We are trying to design this building. I mean, not only architecture, also the space. It looks not like a traditional hospital. It looks like one part from the normal our life. I mean, if you see that in the inside or outside, it's staying apart. It looks like an office building or a nice building. You will go there, and the inside is the whole interior design. It's like the normal office, or you go to the restaurant, European, you go to even the schools. It could be always looks like that. It's clean, it's simple, and it's I mean, it's from functional, it's always good, and from the quality, it's a very high quality. Also with some art, also with some drawings in the wall. It's a very comfortable hospital there.
Haben wir eigentlich unser Ziel, das wir uns vorgenommen, erreicht.
So actually, what we are trying to do for this, yes, that's right. Okay, so actually, what we are trying to do for this hospital is like we want the whole hospital not like the old hospital like this. This is the hospital now in China. Also, I visited Jakarta, several hospitals. I mean, the hospitals is always like this. It's overcrowding. Yeah, I mean, if you see the interior design here, the space, we can say there's no design. And if we have that much people there, if the people, I mean, they're sitting on the floor, so there's no quality. Nobody wants to stay in the hospitals, especially for the children's hospital. I mean, I was there like 3 years before in Beijing. I live in Beijing, and I took my doctor to go to the children's hospital. I have to wait 3 hours to see a doctor. And the entrance hall is exactly like this. As we don't have any place to sit or to wait. So it's terrible. And then I think here I will use the children's hospital as an example, because we have a whole system to show how we think to make the design. We have, I think, 3 points to design a children's hospital. The first one, we said, we need to think about the needs for our patient, for the child. We also said the child is not only a child. It's very simple, because for the children's hospital, the child is a newborn is there, and the teenagers is also there. but they are really they have totally different needs. Yeah, and if you see the picture here, there's a new hospital, what we are doing now in Shenzhen, the number 3 children's hospital. This patient room is for the small children, like from 3 years old to 7 years old, they will be there. And for the whole rooms, we try to make it like in the home with the walls. It looks very warm, it looks clean. And here we use like all the furniture. It looks wood, but actually it's the aluminum, but it's printed with the wood color. Also the floors, we use the rubber floor, also with the wood cover here, because it makes the whole atmosphere is warm. But on the other side, we need to think about it's a hospital. We cannot use the real wood there, because you will always get water there. The children will vomit on the floors. You will get the food on the floors. It will be get dirty. So if you use the real wood, maybe it will be broken after 1 year. Yeah. So it's also look like that. But if we have a hospital for the teenagers, they have totally another needs, because for the teenagers, if they go to the hospital, they want to stay alone, actually. They want to do the thing themselves, and maybe they will play the mobile, they will connect to the friends there. So we decide, okay, for the teenagers, for the hospitals, especially for the patient room, we put the beds on the upside, so face to face. So if we lay down here on the bed, if we look around, we will think we are alone here, and we have the television or the pets for myself. So that's what we talk about. Is if we think about, especially for the children, also for the another patient, we need to think about the needs, what they need, and then we decide how to design the space. Yeah, and another point is like that. Is for the children, they go to the hospital, they will be never alone there. The children need to be accompanied. That means, for example, in Europe, if a children go to hospital, then here his or her mother will take them to go to the hospital, or father. But like in China, or also the Jakarta, what I saw, the Indonesia, the whole family will go there. That means, as an interior designer, we need to think about that. So we need more space, but sometimes we don't have that space. But then we need to design something. We need to have the space, the whole family could be stay there. They have the playground, or they have the coffee, or they have enough chairs to stay. For example, if you see there's another children's hospital in Shenzhen, it's a huge one. They have 1,500 beds. I know it's a monster. But then we think about, okay, I need the whole floor. I need the very huge corridors, and I need to play the playground, at a different playground, inside, outside, and we need to put shopping malls, so they can buy toys, they can have the coffees here. So we have enough enough areas, so the parents could take their children stay there if they have to wait 3 hours. I mean, and so you can see, actually, you can see this building. What I showed, this floor is in the middle of that, the glass area, what you can see. But that is for the huge building, what we do. For the small building, maybe sometimes we don't have that huge building. I mean, with 300 square meters, I don't think any city will build such big hospitals here. But if I have a small hospital like in Europe, we have in Innsbruck, we did a very small children's hospital there, but still we have a corner. Then we will try to make waiting rooms for the parents and the children. So they have one area is a little bit of silence. They could be relaxed there, could play there, and have a nice view. That we try to do. And the last point is the yes.
Yeah, so sorry to interrupt. Your time is only 5 minutes left.
Yes.
Please
okay.
Continue. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, maybe I talk too much. Yeah, but this is the last point. The last point is about for the interior design. I think we need to make a room or the space for the daily life. So why why that? Because if a children or a patient, they need to stay like 5 or 7 or 10 days in the hospitals, they need to have something to do. They need to like stay at home. So that's why we need to do that. For this hospital, it's very special. It's an orthopedic hospitals. We did that, and we did the climbing wall here. And at the beginning, because they have a very high entrance hall, at the beginning, the doctors think we are crazy. Yeah, because the children, they get ill, and why you make that climbing wall? But we said, because we need to give the children a faith. We need to let the children know they will be get better before they come here. So after the treatment, they will do that. They will trying to do the climbing wall, and they will be succeed. So after that, when they go back to the lab, they will think, okay, I'm better, I'm healthier, I'm stronger, I'm better than before. I think that's the thing how the interior design should do, and we give the patient a healthy, a healing space. Yeah. So after that, I know I don't have that much time. I will make it very quickly to go through it. Like another hospital, they make a zoo in the hospital. Also a solution. It's nice. This is in Australia. And there's another other hospitals. You can also work with the artists together to make some sculptures, to make some drawings here. Yeah, to make a very fresh and healing space. Yeah. And I think, William, I think the next part, I can finish my presentation now, because I think the next part we can maybe discuss in later about the flexible solution for the hospitals. Yeah. So that's all about my presentation.
Okay, Mr. Yang,
Thank you very
so
much.
much. I am so sorry because the time limit is so tight. It's so tight. It's just a sign
No problem.
that we should have another session for this kind of webinar.
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay. Yeah. It's quite challenging, and actually, it is a nice presentation, Mr. Yang, and thank you for sharing with us. Especially
Thank you very much.
In my perspective, design point of view, how we see and approach this lately and nowadays interior design of a hospital. It's such quite a big leap, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so different. Ibu Farida, maybe you have an insight or any thoughts?
Yeah, well, it's very interesting to see projects that was done by your firm, Mr. Jian. And I was just concerned about the well-being of the patient during this epidemic situation. So maybe later we can discuss more about, because I'm sure the audience would like to know more on how to handle the patient that comes into the hospital with this virus. So what can we do to make the patient more safe and more psychologically more more soothing? I know that for the children, it looks very playful and homey, and I think that is part of the healing environment. But I'm sure you could give us more information on the situation right now. That's something from me, William.
Yes, thank you, Farida. I think from the adult point of view, it's also quite comforting. It's quite relaxing and chilling. It's no longer like just an old-fashioned hospital.
Yes. Yeah.
So I agree.
I think we're playing a lot with colors and also with the feeling of homey situation. my experience, a long time ago, I visited a hospital, children's hospital in Australia, and the way they manage the hospital is to have the children participating in inside the hospital, which means like the counter is not just for the adults when you go into for checkup. So the children can also see what's going on. So they have like a small short counter also. Of course, there's like playful area, and in the middle of the hospital, they have like this big garden, very Japanese style. Interesting, something different. And all the rooms, it shows, it has a very good air circulation in that hospital. So that kind of, I think, comfort is very soothing. But however, now we have to see what we can do to make it more safe because of this virus that is very like, if I have a grandchild that went to was sick, and when he entered the hospital, we had to go through UGD, which is the emergency, and that emergency room was actually not separated with the infection area. There was like a partition, but still the door to go to the emergency was the same door. That's why I think we need to give some ideas to the owner of the hospital, the designers. They can they should reach out to the designers and how to deal with this kind of situation, because to go into emergency, especially with a child, is very important to have this safety feeling, So I think that is one solution that we could talk about later, maybe.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
If we are talking about the audience, right now we have already one question from the audience. The question is how to respond to the disruption of facilities and infrastructure in the era of technology information, RI 4.0. So, on behalf of my knowledge, talking about this disruption of facilities and infrastructures, I think nowadays it's, just correct me if I'm wrong, it's no longer of a disruption and of facilities and infrastructures, because if you are talking about the current technology, it's getting more efficient, it's getting more enhanced. What do you think about this question, Mr. Yang? Do you have any other insight or thoughts?
Sorry. Hello.
The question.
The question.
The question is how to respond to the disruption of facilities and infrastructure in the era of technology information, RI 4.0.
That's I think that's the question what we're working on it now, because we name it, I mean, for the information technology, I think that's changed the hospital totally. So right now we said it's the smart hospital, because we are trying to put all this technology with the hospital, the functional together. For example, like the AI technology is not only it's not only, I think it's changed the treatment totally, especially for the diagnostic process. I mean, for the AI now, for example, we can do it with our apps. I know in Germany they have it, in China we have it too. I know you also have the apps for the doctors, but with the AI technology, you can tips what's the problem you have. And then, like in Germany or in China, they connect together with the insurance systems. So they will make a doctor for you, or they will let you know which hospital you should go there. And then you go there. When you're in the hospital, then everything will be done. Then they will tell you, okay, which room you have to go there. Then you get the small maps in your mobile. Then you know where you should go. Then you're waiting there, and then you go in, you get your treatment. So this is one thing about the AI technology. I mean, for the easily way, only in the mobiles, but also like the robot, like those technology. Actually, we also use that already now in the full hospital, like in the full logistics systems, because in the hospital it's not only like before you can see in the hospital when they transport like medicines, when they transport something, you can see the people they take it, go through the entrance hall. But now actually we can use the technology, use the robots to do that. Then you will not see them anymore. Then you have, then we, for us as an interior designer, we have more space to make some nice design there.
Okay. Absolutely, yes. How about you, Bu Farida? Do you have any other perspective regarding to this question? How to respond to disruption of facilities and infrastructure in the era of technology?
Well, I agree with what Jian said. I think if we have this technology of apps, I'm sure some hospital already have, and the technology of robot. I think that would work with the condition that some hospital cannot renovate towards what's going on right now so much. So they can just do gradually this renovation. So I think technology would play a big role for us. I think
for sure.
in this situation, and I'm very anxious to hear more what we can do for the patient to give them more secure feeling towards this technology equipments.
Yes,
I think that's what I can give some input. I think like right now we're all using like Hello Doc is also
yes, Hello Doc.
I know that.
Is one of my actually from the my family, my husband uses it a lot when he needs to find out the symptoms he have. He doesn't want to go to clinic, even hospital he doesn't want to go. So when he really needs to go to the doctor, he just find out first about his sickness before he chat with his doctor. So I think it's safety thing is very important, I think. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I think it's getting hot, our discussion right now, but let's keep it for our next session of Q&A, and then let's start to our second speaker from Interface, Ibu Carol. Ibu Carol, please, the stage is yours.
Hey, can you all see my screen?
Yes, Bu.
Okay, great. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Jian Yang, Ibu Farida, and Pak William for a very inspiring session. Hello, everyone. My name is Carol, and I am the country manager for Interface in Indonesia. So Interface is a global flooring company specializing in carbon neutral floor. Okay, hang on. Wait a second. I think I have like some difficulties here. Cannot change my screen.
Iya, Bu.
Operator, can you help?
Mungkin materinya grogi, Bu.
Okay. Hang on a sec. Let me share it.
It's okay, Bu. Take your time.
Yes. Okay. Audrey. Yeah. Next, please. Yeah. Okay, so Interface is a global flooring company specializing in carbon neutral cover tiles and resilient flooring, including luxury vinyl tiles and most recently Nora rubber flooring. So Nora has been producing rubber flooring exclusively in Germany for more than 70 years with a core market segments in healthcare, education, industry, public buildings, and transportation. Next. Yeah. So in 2018, Nora Systems was acquired by Interface, and with Nora on board, Interface complements its portfolio, giving customers more choices to meet their flooring needs across endless commercial applications. So together we can create beautiful and functional spaces that have a positive impact on people's well-being. Next. Okay, so referring back to the earlier discussion that William had with both panelists about people's well-being in hospital, if we actually visit hospitals in developed countries, patients' well-being is fundamental. My slide here is a sick kids play park in WAB Hospital in Canada. Since 1974, the Hospital for Sick Children Women's Auxiliary has operated the play park as a play of respite and play for siblings that the children that got treated there can use with their family. Next. So the play park actually provides an entertainment for children from toddlers to adolescents and providing much needed distraction and break. So misalnya kalau ada children yang di treatment gitu ya, itu kan sangat stressful. Dan
yes, of course.
Kita tuh dengan ada study itu ya, berasa kalau dengan adanya ruangan yang bisa bikin yang banyak elements ini ya, yang positive elements like the biophilic design, itu akan menjadi it actually builds like a positive association gitu, dan bisa jadi yang untuk mereduce stress sendiri yang sebenarnya sangat penting gitu dalam proses kesembuhan patients sendiri. Next. So dari Nora Rubber Flooring sendiri ya, karena kita kalau kita bicara tentang desain secara keseluruhan, floor covering itu adalah memiliki pengaruh yang signifikan gitu dalam tampilan ke seluruh ruangan. Jadi kalau bisa dilihat dari gambar saya yang di depan ini juga, bisa dilihat ya gimana dengan color yang vibrant itu langsung it actually lift up the room gitu. Jadi kayak visibly-nya enhance the room-nya tuh langsung berasa sekali. Next. So numerous studies actually have shown link between the health and well-being, and one of the thing that makes a healing environment is actually a family involvement and a contact with nature. Jadi by putting elements of biophilic design in the overall room, like this, for example, if you see the picture on the right, we see like a constellation on the ceiling, and then we see the use of colors and patterns in the flooring that actually, has a round, and actually it kind of reminds you of a solar system. So these details actually contributes to a healthier mind, which results in a faster recovery time. Next. Jadi dari sini saya juga mau kasih lihat ya beberapa project-project yang memang kita bikin gitu yang kita buat di luar negeri. Jadi it actually bisa jadi bahan edukasi juga untuk desainer-desainer dan juga untuk kita sih yang awam ya. Jadi kayak kita bisa lihat kayak gimana perbedaan, misalnya kalau ada perbedaan antara misalnya rumah sakit di luar negeri dan rumah sakit di Indonesia gitu. So this one here is the UMMC Health. Jadi ini adalah medical center di Yekaterinburg, Russia. So the project is a multifunction medical center that was started in 2014, and the grand opening took place in November 2019. Jadi ini adalah medical center yang baru. So this So this 6-floor building is with a different color conception for each floor and department. Jadi bisa dilihat sendiri ya, misalnya untuk department yang satu, dia warnanya dipakai elemen warnanya ungu gitu ya. Nah itu bisa dilihat dari pemilihan warna dinding, pictures yang untuk lukisan ya, dan juga untuk flooringnya juga bisa dilihat dari adanya aksen-aksen warna ungu itu sendiri gitu. Nah di project ini juga itu lebih dari 13.000 square meter Nora rubber flooring itu dipakai di project ini karena memang color diversity dan hygienic features-nya itu sangat bagus. Next. So thanks to their extremely dense and closed surface, Nora rubber flooring is extremely wear resistant, easy to clean, and never need any coating. So they are also dimensionally stable and can be installed without any unsightly and cleaning intensive jointing. So they contribute to a lasting high quality appearance in buildings and are thus an economical and reliable investment. Next. So Nora rubber flooring juga memiliki acoustic backing ya, yang dapat meminimalisir suara sehingga tercipta atmosfer yang tenang gitu, yang sangat dibutuhkan oleh recovering patients agar dapat quality tidur yang cukup. Next. So in terms of patterns, logo, and guidance system, juga dapat digunakan gitu sebagai inlays. Jadi desainer itu dengan kita di Nora itu membebaskan desainer untuk bereksplorasi dan mengimplementasikan desain that are specifically tailored to suit an individual theme. Like this one here, you can actually have like a seahorse, pattern inlays. And it's not nggak cuman terbatas dalam kayak gambar-gambar umum aja, tapi bisa juga kita bikin yang lebih mendekati dengan identity juga, misalnya kayak company logo or misalnya a local touch gitu. If we say misalnya kita mau put like a batik pattern on the floor or a tribal pattern on the floor, we can actually definitely do that. Next. Jadi ini contohnya juga kita bisa desain ya, jadi nggak cuma gambarnya cuma sedikit-sedikit, tapi kita juga bisa desain the whole floor with like a more complex design. Next. Jadi secara ini ya, back to well-being lagi tadi, kalau kita ngomong secara human well-being in the hospitals, selain kenyamanan dari pasien-pasien ya, kadang-kadang kita lupa kalau pekerja di rumah sakit ya seperti perawat, dokter, itu juga sebenarnya well-being-nya itu sangat penting juga dan harus kita perhatikan sebenarnya. Nah, Nora rubber flooring itu menawarkan kayak kenyamanan berjalan karena elastisitas flooringnya yang bisa kayak spring back gitu, jadi empuk kalau dibuat jalan gitu. Jadi kalaupun ada, kan kalau bisa dibayangin sendiri ya, dokter, nurses, mereka kebanyakan berdiri gitu, lari ke sana ke sini gitu. It actually kalau dengan Nora rubber flooring, it actually helps and lebih ergonomis juga gitu, and it can actually it's easy on your body when long standing and walking times are required gitu. Next. Next project ini adalah a renovation project that we did in 2018 in Netherlands. It's called the UMC Utrecht Hospital, which is the main hospital of the city in Utrecht, Netherlands. Next. So kita pasang Nora rubber flooring ke 23 operating rooms. Jadi UMC Utrecht ini seperti kayak operation center. Jadi kayak memang banyak sekali operating rooms-nya sampai 23 ya. And the challenge is actually how can we change the floor without without actually disrupting the whole operation process gitu. Karena operation itu kan memang harus kayak 24 jam, 7 days a week gitu. Nah, itulah yang kita lakukan dengan cara Nora itu terpilih karena Nora tidak perlu pakai coating. Jadi sangat menghemat waktu. Next, and if we talk about operating rooms, they have a strict guidelines for flooring. So for instance, it needs to be durable, easy to clean, able to withstand chemical cleaning, anti-static, and anti-slip. Next. Dan untuk joints juga tidak perlu worry gitu ya, because we understand the hospital standard, and as you can see how smooth this corridor is, memang joints-nya itu nggak akan kelihatan. Next. So at Interface, we believe sustainability today is the foundation of better tomorrow. So we are committed to produce durable, low-emitting rubber flooring that also minimize our carbon footprint. So this commitment was also the case in being the first to carry the Blue Angel certifications for NORA standard product range and many other green certifications that contribute to a safer indoor environment to our customers. So next, ever since Interface acquired NORA, the design has actually evolved so much. So now I want to show you a glimpse of two new designs that have recently been launched. The first one here is a NORA 926 Castello, which has like a timeless design, sort of like a marbling, very classical luxury that actually adds a touch of elegance in interior spaces. So Audrey, please video one. Thank you. And the next one, Audrey. Next one, Audrey. Yeah, and the next one is the NORA Plan Linie with its distinctive lineation in color and structure. So this NORA Plan Linie is a roll form, and it actually emphasizes spatial dimension and give them like added perspective. Audrey, please, video 2. Jadi dari NORA Plan Linie ini juga ada.
Oh, Carol, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
5 minutes?
Just to inform you, 5 minutes left.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so this both NORA 926 Castello and NORA Plan Linie both won Red Dot Award for Design 2021. So the jury consists of design professionals drawn more than 25 nations and evaluates benefits, functionality of this functionality and innovative aspects of the product submitted. Next. So what's next for Interface? In the next couple of months, Interface will launch more varieties of high quality flooring for healthcare, as part of our commitment to bring sustainable product to the market that can improve people's well-being and achieving climate take back, which is our mission to create a climate fit for life and reverse global warming. So that's all from me. William, it's back to you. Thank you.
Wow, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Such an inspiring presentation and products.
Thank you.
I just took a deep notes about these products. Firstly, I just love the ideas of having the biophilic design as the concept.
Biophilic design is basically like always an integral design base of interface. Interface is always inspired by nature, and it has actually shown in our designs in a lot of our designs, not to mention, carpet tiles, LPT, and now even Nora.
Yes. And then secondly, what I just took as a note, in terms of design perspective, I just love because it's so customization applicable. So we can do as wide, as far from the design standpoint of view.
Yeah, basically the sky is the limit.
Yes, of course.
And the interesting thing is because it's all made in Germany, right? And then a lot of people will actually started to question, okay, then how about the timeline of production and everything, right? And people start to ask, how long is it going to take here?
Yes.
The interesting thing is Nora actually carries a lot of ready stocks for their standard products is actually from 300 square meter up to 6,000 square meter. Yeah. So I would say, I will be confidently say that all of our products are ready stock. So whenever you need it, we just need to basically calculate the time of shipping without having to worry about the time of production.
Yes, of course. And for Mr. Yang and Bu Farida, please join us in the forum.
Yeah, I have an additional statement, maybe following your statement, William, about the exploring the design for maybe a touch of local. Yes. So this, I think, is important because most of the Indonesian, they're very proud with the design details that we have here, of course, and at least a little local touch is very important sometimes in doing a concept design. So anyway, yes. I was thinking, is there any limits of because we don't need so much details in those areas, maybe mostly in the public area for the floors. So do you think there is a limit for that, to order this kind of design, whatever the design is? So is there a limit for that? And the second thing that I like to bring up is about your future program. And since you are very concerned with the nature, I think marble and stone look is very updating right now. However, in Indonesia also, wood also would be part of some choices that the client might ask. So maybe you would can elaborate more of your future design later on. So those are the two things that I think maybe you can answer for us.
For the local elements, or and you ask about the limitation of the design, I would say that we don't have a limitation of design.
Okay, good.
That's actually really what really great about Nora, because we're so flexible in design, because we have like our own machine, like laser, that we can actually make whatever pattern that you want, So if you want like a pattern full of, with a batik, maybe with mega,
Yes.
or West Java hospital, and area, that is definitely achievable. And then
Yeah.
in Mantan, we can put, like tribal pattern, and then if we go to Bali, then we put, like a more, like Balinese pattern, Balinese batik in there.
Yes.
So it's
So many.
It's endless. And then for the second question about, sorry,
Future program.
Oh, future, yes. The woods. Actually, Q4 Interface is going to launch another product for healthcare segment, which is very, very beautiful, and it actually reach very, very, I would say woodsy as well. So we will see a lot of wood elements in that new product.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Okay. Seems right now we already have 3 questions waiting to be answered. Okay. Firstly, apakah desain rumah sakit ke depan akan menjadi lebih sederhana, mengingat banyak fasilitas kesehatan dapat digantikan dengan teknologi IT? Okay, I will translate it. Okay, Mr. Yang, here's the first question. Talking about the technology, talking about the facilities of the healthcare, in the future, is it the design in terms of interior and architecture of the hospital, is it going to be way more simpler, or is it going more to be complex? Because the growing of the IT is so rapid.
Yeah, actually, it's a good question, because I will say for us, for the architect, if we only know how to design a building themselves, it will be more and more difficult, because right now we need to understand the information technique.
Oh, is it going to be
more
difficult?
We need to work with them together.
Oh.
For example, right now, for example, the telemedicine, actually HelloDoc is a good idea. It's a telemedicine. You need to think about, okay, when I design a corridor, for example, I design a corridor, there's a different treatment rooms, and then because maybe the HelloDoc or the RIPs apps, then we need to get the small monitors before the doors and to show them, okay, I'm the next, I will be there. And it's a lot of things about that. And another thing, I think, because of telemedicine, like right now, what used last year in USA, also in China here, because of 5G technology, it will be changed a lot for hospital design, because in that time, like in USA and here, like the doctors, when they go to make operations, they use the operation robot. They make the operation in one hospital, but the patient is in another hospital. So how could we design for that? I mean, we need to let the patient feel safe, feel comfortable, but he or she cannot see the doctors. So actually, it's a big challenge for us when everything's changed. We need to give the totally another ideas. I think it will be difficult, but for the hospital itself, because it's technology, it will be more simple, I think.
But in terms of design,
it's difficult.
It's still difficult, yeah.
It's still difficult. You need to work with a lot of people together, not only architect. Yeah.
Okay, so for the next question, I think it would be quite challenging as well. The question is, after the design is applied to the interior of the hospital, is there generally a post-evaluation regarding the effect of the design on the subjective evaluation of the user, such as a sense of security, comfort, physiological factors of the user, such as the length of the patient's recovery? Maybe Bu Farida, do you have any perspective regarding to this question?
Well, at the moment, I'd like to give some perspective in this situation, but I think the most important thing is when we design any kind of buildings, whether it's a hospital or office, I think one thing for sure is that the protocol that we need is given in the main entrance. That's I think the secure and comfort that we see before we entering a building. So I think that kind of situation has to be a design that we have to become challenging for us to make it not like just a desk and a place where you check your temperature and so on, but it has to be something that like a foyer that people would come in and they would feel safe when they want to enter a building before doing their checkup and so on. So I think the main thing is the main entrance. I think that is a very challenging design aspect that we have to think what can be done. I think, right, Mr. Yan? What do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I think that you do a lot of hospitals, so I think like before when the security they check the cars, to go into a building, but now it's more like the health that is going to be checked up, right? So what can the designer do to make it more comfortable? Even if they check our car, we get really frustrated, and we hate it that they check our cars. But now it's a must, so we cannot say anything. But still, we want this comfortness or the well-being that the person who enters this hospital to be more secure. And so I think this is part of the healing thing that we should support. Don't you think?
Yes. Yes. Because actually, it's exactly this point. For the entrance hall is the most important part for us, because the people before they go to hospital, they are worried about it. They are nervous, they are afraid, they have fear. Of course they are, because they are ill. And what we should do is when they go in there, so before the hospital and when they go in there, they will get relaxed. Okay, I will be better. But actually about this point, like I know what in Germany and in China, what we do. The first of the thing is we have the infection department. Is have the separate entries, not be set emergency, but separate entries there. And in China is something more, because we got SARS before, as maybe not before the COVID-19, we got SARS before.
Oh, so
after that, that is the SARS is much terrible, because I was in Beijing. Beijing is the most the city gets the SARS, and after that, because if we make an infection department, nobody want to go there. For example, I got a fever, I don't go there. But in that time we make a department. That means that's the fever department. That means if I get a fever, my temperature is high, I have to go there. I have to go there. They have a separate entries. At the best, they should have a separate building themselves, a small rooms. I go there, I get the test, I get the diagnosis. Then the people let me know I have to go to the infection department, or I just go to the normal emergency. That's a system for every hospital in China have to have it. That's why it helped a lot this time for the COVID-19, because the people go there first and then they separate themselves. But for the questions, actually it's a good question, because in German they did have it. In German, the inference company will do the test or the feedback with the patient, with the doctors, everything every year. And then they give a note, give a point for the hospitals. For example, the Frankfurt, they get always 90 points. They're good hospitals. And another hospital, they get a worse point. They will ask the patient, what's your feelings? They will ask the doctors, what's your feelings when you work there? And they will ask some visitors too. And that is very important, but we, like in China, also I know another country, we don't have it. We just finished to build it. Like in China, every year they have a test, like for the materials, for the space, for the doctors, they did a good job, but they never ask a patient about the feelings. Yeah.
So do you mean in Germany back then, the post-evaluation is provided by the hospital, not by the ID or architect consultant?
Not from us. It's from the national. There's a national department to do that. They will do that like each year, and then they will give this report to everybody. It's open,
including the designers. They have the report.
Yes, yes. So everybody, you can download it. You can see what's the problem for each hospitals, or what the patient said. Like in Germany, most of the patients said the food is terrible, but I mean it is.
Okay.
I think that system is really good. It should be thought out with this kind of openness. I think, especially when it concerns our health. So I hope in the future Indonesia would have something like this too.
Yes, I hope so. I hope so.
I hope so.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Please, Mr. Yang.
Yeah, because I mean, it's a big issue for hospitals, especially for the entrance hall, like we talk about. For example, if we design it normally like in the entrance hall or the infection department, normally we need to choose the right materials. I mean, normally in Germany, we use rubber floor, in China, we use rubber floor, the PVC, and then all the walls, all the ceiling, we use metals, which is easily to clean. So everything should be easily to clean to keep it safe like before. But like in Germany, they give this test each year, and they show the photos for the people. Sometimes in the document they show the photos, and you will know, okay, what we should do, which material maybe will be hold longer, and which entrance hall will be looks better. Should I have the coffee here or not? Actually, it's quite good for everybody. It's help a lot for us for design.
Yes,
because you have the you have the document.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And then the last question before we are entering the last session of this webinar, I think this question is going to be to Bu Her. Apakah ada sambungan khusus dalam pemasangan penutup lantai ruang operasi, mengingat sering menggunakan lebih dari 2 warna, yang berarti harus disambung dan terhadap kemungkinan ada bakteri nosocomial yang tertinggal. Bagaimana Bu Her?
Jadi dari Nora sendiri ya, jadi kita tidak hanya menjual cuman flooring saja, tapi kita menjual seluruh dari sistem kayak healthcare flooring itu sendiri gitu. Jadi kita selain jual kayak rubber flooring, kita juga jual aksesorisnya. Antara lain adalah special welding yang memang brandnya Nora, dan special welding untuk menutup di joints yang untuk operation room, for example. Sebenarnya kalau kita ngelihat di rumah sakit yang udah pakai Nora rubber flooring ya, kalau di ruangan-ruangan kayak koridor, rooms, itu sebenarnya nggak perlu pakai the welding gitu. Cuman kalau if we talk about operation room, soalnya operation room itu memang harus kayak ekstra ya, segalanya mesti ekstra. Itu biasanya karena kalau di situ ada infection itu kan sangat bahaya. Nah, That's why kalau untuk kayak special request, nah itu kita memang ada jual weldingnya sendiri dan memang khusus Nora juga, dan warnanya pun bisa disesuaikan sama semua warna dari Nora.
Oke. Ya, semoga bisa menjawab pertanyaan tadi, and that's a good solution ya, provided by Nora ya Bu ya.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we are at the end of the session. I want to say thank you to Mr. Yang, Bu Farida, Bu Carol, for such an inspiring and outstanding discussion and sharing. And I also want to say thank you to the audience to be here with us. And thank you to Interface as the sponsor for this webinar session. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep on creative. And then let's take a wavy before we close this session. Dari panitia boleh tolong dibantu. Bagaimana ini prosesnya? Sudah? Done?
Done.
Done. Okay. Okay, thank you once again, and make sure to stay tuned. And yes, thank you. Thank you, Farida. Thank you, Bukhara. Thank you. And make sure to stay tuned and subscribe to Mayantara YouTube channel, Mayantara Indonesia, for more Mayantara JAK.ID sessions. And follow Mayantara and HDII Instagram account at mayantara.id and HDII Jakarta. Up next, we have upcoming session from 5 to 9:30, how to return a better work and learning environment, presented by Working by Vivere, speaker Elizabeth Chan, Steelcase, speaker Ambroise from Steelcase, and then the panelists will be Bingga Suseno, another panelist, Maitri Vidya Mutiara, moderator Tri Hikmawati WP. So my name is Galam Kapati. Thank you once again, and ciao. Have a great day.
Thank you, Pak.
Great job,
Thank
William.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you
Yeah.
soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.